Classical music has a problem with diversity because America has a problem with diversity. Diversity is more a function of equity and power than we sometimes allow ourselves to believe. If there are 10 people in a room and those 10 individuals will have 10 different experiences, those 10 individuals might come from 10 very, very different cultural backgrounds, and we have diversity. But only one of those individuals might have any kind of agency. And so if we don't match agency or equity, which is to say, if we don't empower a diverse group of individuals with pertinent stakes in a cultural enterprise, in a business, in a town, in government, if we don't do that, then diversity is an empty show. The whole idea of cartography is that we're mapping these incidents and we're mapping possibility. We're not really drawing a map, we're drawing dots. A map tells you how to get between the dots. And it also tells you how to move beyond the dots. And so the piece that I made was inspired by that idea that somebody has to chart the course forward.
Well, the whole project, to me, furthers the sustained narrative that this country finally has. And being from Louisville, all of Breonna Taylor and the like, it's a very sensitive subject, especially in the neighborhood where I grew up. But I feel like this project is really going to help further that sustained narrative. And it's doing it with real stories that socially impact us now.
Institutional will starts with people. Institutions are made up of people, individuals. And if someone has a good idea, it takes other people to respond to that idea and be willing to roll with it and to turn it into something. And thanks to, Mark Bamuthi Joseph's incredible idea, we made it happen.
We're tackling a subject matter that is of the Black American experience with Black composers, Black subject matters.
I wrote a piece called The Road Ahead. We had several commissions. Each commission was specific to a particular city. And then my assignment was to write something that wasn't necessarily geographically bound or tied to the events of a specific transgression against Black dignity, but to write something that embraced maybe the national import of these tragedies and also of the possibility of uplift.
Mark Bamuthi Joseph came to me with the idea. It's his brainchild, and I was so inspired.
The first point of inspiration for me was just the idea of the labor that starts in the dark when no one is watching, the before sunrise labor. And so the piece that I wrote is about a Black woman ready to make it happen, ready to chart the course forward, the road ahead. The brilliant Carlos Simon is really dope and just really fast. I sent him the piece and I guess he took inspiration, and probably less than 48 hours later, he came back with something.
I think something that we're uniquely interested in somebody like Carlos Simon, our new composer in residence, having somebody who comes from the Black church, who comes from a jazz background, who comes from a gospel background, who comes from kind of feeling things out, and he comes with a cultural approach that you can hear in his music.
Well, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, hotbed of the civil rights movement, you know, in the 60s. And so I grew up hearing these stories and seeing a lot of the people that marched in these protests, people like Abernathy and Dr. Martin Luther King, and they were all in Atlanta. So that affected me, you know, it resonated with me as an African-American male. That has, in a way, changed the way I use music as a platform, and understanding how, for instance, like protest songs sparked protests and marches, you know, and we still use these protest songs today, but it came from somewhere. I think place and time has a lot to do with my music and understanding my place in the world.
I think it's really beautiful. It's very spare, piano, cello, and essentially two voices, one operatic and one spoken. I think the instrumentation is wise and elegant, has this feeling of movement and following and rising and dropping. It's more like wind than water. It doesn't necessarily move in the same direction, and it kind of erupts and contracts. Just really beautiful, I think.
It is still dark at the bleeding edge of the only island she's ever known. Black coffee, back to the as-yet risen day. Today, she'll leap the waters, land on coral asphalt, red knife and a moral compass in her pocket. Directionless, she'll notice a slick of rain-soaked oil. Think of it as a trail of crying, soft-shelled candy. She'll walk towards the running colors to console them, a seeker. She can't control her legs. This is a daydream of some near later happening presently in her head. At present, she's on the island. The sun below won't rise for another hour, and someone's son is newly dead. She toasts the day with coffee. Dark and bitter as an innocent suspect. She's supposed to make the leap today. Today, her job is to map the road to progress. She knows this road backward, but the road forward is hard to comprehend. It's twisted, sharp turns ahead. The woman has two trades, map making and magic. She's gotten it in her head that she wants to chart the road to progress, cartographic art to mark the arc of justice. The road forward requires a bridge over troubled water, from an island of floating history to a mainland-made material by apology and recompense. Her first task is to build a bridge from past to present. The road forward doesn't begin in the middle. The path forward doesn't start at the end. She maps the path from a near beginning, puts down her cup of black coffee, picks up a pen of black dignity, a parchment, light as the giggles of an 11-year-old in the park, some papyrus, dark like the dreams of a woman in her own bed asleep, drags the smoke from a loose square, blows hard, parts the dust so her canvas can breathe. Map making and magic. Black girl lost in thought, wrapping her head around the direct line from a police stop in traffic to something tragic. Daybreak on a floating man-made island. A mass of history set apart from the manifest destiny of cultural equity. Somebody gotta chart the course, build a bridge composed of the brick of black dignity and black sacrifice. Map it to scale. Legend, easy to understand. A guide for travelers who believe we all should walk upright. Upright as human beings. Somebody gotta map the past accurately in music. Art makes sense of insensible things. The woman is hardly all-seeing, but she ain't blind. She knows the road she has in mind could snap like an untethered young man's spine. The road ahead could be reed thin, could dive down like a depression, like an angry hand on a soft bowstring. In her head, she builds a bridge to what lies ahead, taut and redemptive as confession. This is a daydream of some near later happening presently in her head. At present, she's on the island. The sun below won't rise for another hour, and someone's daughter is newly gone. Someone mapped the world where her name is never left unsaid. A black woman, a mother, back to the as yet risen day, every day gets asked to map the way to racial justice, chart a course of some tomorrow full of anti-racist Back to the Future. She faces the ancestors past. She says their names. She builds a road, cardinal directions, truth, dimension, humanity, access, latitudes of public imagination, longitudinal, public policy, XYZ axis. Access the ancestors, call their names, map the future, black dignity, the moral compass. Access the road forward. Walk the walk.